What is wrong?
Thank you for attending this ConnecTogether event. During this event, we have automatic closed captioning available. Please go to the bottom of the Zoom meeting, click Live Transcript, and then Show Subtitles to turn them on. Before we begin, we'd like to take a quick moment to let you know how you can join an opinion research panel made specifically for British Columbians living with disabilities.
For 25 years, the Disability Foundation has been fostering meaningful experiences for Canadians with disabilities through outdoor recreation, social connectedness, innovative adaptive devices, and more. Today we are asking, how has the pandemic affected you? Help strengthen decision makers' understanding of your needs and experiences by joining an online opinion research panel consisting solely of people with disabilities and their caregivers. Make a difference in your community today. The Disability Foundation. Reimagine what is possible.
Did you know? Young adults with disabilities have a harder time getting hired. Break down barriers by sharing your story. Take our survey.
Okay, you can start.
Thank you, Kausar. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to an adapted seated yoga practice. Thank you for joining me. And so for those of you who have been taking the class for a while, I'd like to invite you to think of your poses and your movements as old friends. And so yoga works its magic best with a consistent practice over time. And so those of you who are new to the class, welcome. I hope you enjoy the class. And at the end, I will open up to questions or feedback. And so begin by finding a comfortable sitting position. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms by your side or on your lap, wherever feels most comfortable for you. You may want to close your eyes softly or soften your gaze. Notice your alignment, so knees, ankles, hips, shoulders over our hips. Chin level with the floor and tucked in. Facial muscles soften and release. Attention moves inward. It's an invitation now to bring a gentle awareness to your breath. Maybe placing one hand on your belly and noticing that as we inhale, things expand. On exhale, things contract. On inhale, our belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Place your other hand on your chest and maybe noticing the pattern of your breath, the movement of your breath between your upper torso and your belly. And so an invitation now to begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. And when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of stress and tension. And see if you can begin to smooth out your breath. Your inhales and your exhales flow easily into each other. At any point, if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. Our old friend, our breath. And lastly, see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. Or if you have a fur baby, you might imagine that you're petting your pet. And then see if you can bring that same softness to areas of your body that you feel are tight or knotty. Our breath is long and smooth and soft as we move, or as we breathe in and as we breathe out. And just for a few more breaths, and as long as it feels comfortable, keeping a simple breathing exercise flowing. If you are comfortable with the breathing exercise, feel free to rest your hands on your thighs, palm up or down as desired. And wherever you are in your breath cycle, allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm, maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Drop your chin towards your chest, gradually blink your eyes open. And so falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. And so just a little bit of housekeeping, apologies. I'm noticing that the lighting is not great. So work in progress, but hopefully you can see me well enough to follow along. And so let's roll our shoulders back and down again just a few times. And so ground through your feet, center and ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Nature. We tend to start losing that. We're down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our abdomen is soft. Lengthen up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head, and then when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to take your hands together in prayer pose, or it might be an open palm at your heart center. Take a moment to notice if this position of your hands makes you lose your balance. If it does, an invitation to explore placing your hands on your belly instead. And so we're going to transition into meditation on the heart from sun breath. So on an inhale, extend your arms up and away. And on your exhale, making soft fists, draw your hands back to your heart center or to your Buddha belly. And so an invitation to keep this gentle heart opener flowing in your own time and rhythm. And if you'd like, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. As a symbol of the light that's always inside us. And so this time on the exhale, I'd like to invite you to explore making that humming sound. Inhale. So you might notice a humming sound. Bumblebee breath lengthens our exhale. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And maybe notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And we'll just do a little shake out, so wiggly fidgets. Okay, so let's transition into a warm up for our neck. And so sitting up comfortably, an invitation to bring your chin towards your chest gently. And then looking up, bring your head up slightly. So maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And then bring your chin back down towards your chest. And so in your own time and rhythm, keeping this gentle movement flowing. And as ready, bring your head back to neutral. Turn your gaze looking past your shoulder. And then gently moving your head from side to side as if nodding no. Bring your head back to neutral. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand. Reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Head comes back to neutral. Palm face up at the heart. And let us repeat the movement 2 more times. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand. Reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Your head comes back center. Palm face up at the heart. One last time. Drop your ear towards your shoulder, pushing through the palm of your hand. Reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Head comes back to neutral. Palm face up at the heart. Relax both arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your knees or thighs. And we'll begin the gentle movement on the other side. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm by your side. Pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Your head comes back center, palm face up at the heart. 2 more times. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm by your side. Pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Head comes back center. Palm face up at the heart. So one last time in your own time and rhythm. And if you haven't already, finish up the movement that you're on. Relax your arms by your side. Rest your hands on your knees or thighs. And let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. And so let's continue with shoulder rolls. So shoulders roll. Back and down. So this is a soft, organic movement, not a big scrunch up towards your ears. And then reverse the direction. And then maybe explore alternating from side to side. One shoulder moves forward as the other moves back. And then reverse the direction. And then as ready with your arms by your side, turn your palms face up. Take your fingertips to your shoulders or wherever you can reach comfortably. And then draw circles with your elbow points. See if you can create a little half smile, like a little Buddha smile. And then reverse the direction. And float your arms down. Rest your hands on your knees or thighs. Take a moment and let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. And so let's do some movements for our hands. So an invitation with your hands resting on your thighs to imagine you're playing piano. You might move from your pinky to your thumbs. And I have a bunny rabbit and he's busy this morning. I don't know if you can hear him munching on a piece of wood, but yeah. Excuse me for a sec. Evie. So bunnies like to chew. So yeah, reverse the direction. So a little more or a lot more challenging. And then air piano. Then circle your wrists in one direction. Circle your wrists in the opposite direction. Stretch your palms, make soft fists. Stretch your palms, soft fists. And then an invitation to bring your thumbs to touch each one of your fingertips. So they may touch, they may not. So I'm just focusing on what we can do. And if you'd like to add sound to the movement, I learned a little children's rhyme. And it's peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And then when you're ready, stretch. So extend your arms, stretch your palms. Make soft fists and draw your arms back. Stretch your palms. Soft fists, draw your arms back. One more time, stretch. Soft fists, draw your arms back. Now we're gonna go for a swim. So arms reach up as high as feels comfortable for you. So moving with your breath, see if you can keep that long, deep breath throughout your practice. And then backstroke. And breaststroke, whoosh, whoosh. And side stroke. Other side. And butterfly. And then let's give it a little shake out again. Whew. And feel your work. Take a moment between your movements and your poses and notice how you feel. Notice any sensations. So trust that the sensations are there. It can be a rocket ship across the sky. And so shoulders are pretty much warmed up, neck and shoulders. So let's come into some of the movements in the spine. So of course we know our spines matter. So I'd like you to maybe start by reposing. So feet are placed evenly on the floor, or sits bones are shook on the chair. Spine is long, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. And then as ready, reach your hand down towards the floor. And moving from side to side. You can hold on to the side of the chair for stability if you'd like. Keep your sits bones on the chair. So imagine you're between two panes of glass, shoulder over shoulder. Come on back to a neutral spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. And we'll come into a gentle twist. So draw your hands alternately into your hip creases, twisting gently from side to side. And so we are not going to our full range of motion here. This is a gentle twist. And back to neutral spine. When you're ready, draw your hands in towards your hip creases. As you do, begin to turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Be careful not to throw your head back. You'll know your head's back too far if it's difficult to swallow. And we'll stay here for a few breaths or as long as feels comfortable. And as ready, come back to neutral spine and let us come into what I call a half cat and cow. So we are doing the cat piece, not the cow piece. So hands are resting on your thighs, draw up your chin towards your chest. Let your shoulders round towards your front body. So this is one instance where it's okay, where it's a good thing to round your shoulders towards your front body. And then round your whole spine. On inhale, drawing your hands back towards your hip creases, come back to neutral spine. So we're going to keep this gentle flow, warm up for your spine, going for a few more breaths. Draw up your chin towards your chest, let your shoulders round towards your front body, round your whole spine. On inhale, come back to neutral spine. So now in your own time and rhythm for a few more breaths, keeping this gentle movement flowing. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. Let your belly soften, your breath is quiet. And so from here, we'll come into movement that I'd like to call stirring the pot. If possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Make sure your knees are tracking over your ankles. It's okay to have your toes turned out a little. And when you're ready, bring your hands in to your hip creases. Then moving from your shoulders, circle forward. So moving with your breath. And so this movement can feel a little bit strange if you're not accustomed to it. So moving in your own time and rhythm. And as you begin to feel your hips, your lower back soften and release, see if you can go a little deeper. And then reverse the direction. Bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. And bring your awareness to the space above you. And bring your awareness to the space beside you. Notice how that feels. And especially bring your awareness to the space behind you. And trust that we are being supported. And then slowly as ready, come on back to a neutral spine. Walk your feet back so that your feet are about hip distance apart. Relax your hands on your knees or thighs. Take a moment and notice how's your breath. So moving on, I think today I'd like to come into practice of body tapping. And so when you're ready, reach across to the bottom of your ear and then tap down to your shoulder. And then reach back, give yourself a pat on the back. Extend your arm, tap down along your arm to your hand. So if the tapping feels a little too intense, feel free to just massage nicely. And turn your palm face up. Take your hand up to your shoulder. And switch sides. So you bring your ear towards your shoulder, take your other hand up to the bottom of your ear, then tap down to your shoulder. Reach back, give yourself a pat on the back. Extend your arm, tap down along your arm. Turn your palm face up, tap up. When you're ready, bring your hands up to your scalp and imagine that you're shampooing your hair. It's like a little Indian head massage. And then when you're ready, an invitation to bring your fingers up to the tops of your ears and then 3 times twiggle down your ears. When you get to your earlobes, tug a few times. And so we have a lot of acupressure points along our ears. And so this can be a wonderful practice to help with headaches. And then when you're ready, take your fingertips to your upper chest, to your sternum, and tap. So when we tap in this area, it is calming for our nervous system. However, that said, we do not want to overdo it. So an invitation now, even leaning back in your chair if you'd like, massage your Buddha belly. So massage your organs, your liver, your stomach. Soft Buddha belly. So not an easy place to get to in our culture. We live in a culture that's obsessed with flat tummy. And in reality, when our belly is soft, it is calming for our nervous system. And then as ready, hinging from the hips, come forward a little. Reach back, give your lower back a little massage. If you're blessed with a yoga buddy, your yoga buddy could be doing these movements for you. Then reaching up a little higher, if that's available, to your kidneys and adrenal glands. And so adrenal glands sit on top of our kidneys and are close to the surface. So it's important to keep this area warm. And then when you're ready, sitting up tall, so you might use one hand to push down, and sitting up tall, sweep your hands forward. So inhale, let exhale, go. So inhale, taking in fresh energy. Exhale, letting go. Okay, so when you're ready, let's sweep down along our thighs, our knees. Come forward wherever you can reach comfortably. So if you can sweep down along your shins, even if you can reach your feet, give your feet a little sweep. And then come on back. And so one more time, sweeping down along our thighs, our knees, coming down along our shins, wherever you can reach comfortably. And then come on back up. So place your hands so they're just a few inches apart. Close your eyes softly or soften your gaze. And notice if you feel any subtle sensations between your hands. So maybe bringing your hands a little further apart. And then moving them closer together. So inhale, turn your palms face up, reaching up to the sky. So maybe feeling a lightness. And palms face down, a grounding sensation. Arms by your side, palms face up, reach up to the sky. Palms face down, release. And shoulders back and down, we'll shake out. And so let's release some of the tension in our face. So I haven't taught this practice for a while, so this is face yoga. And so one of the most difficult places to release tension is in our face. And so we're gonna make some nasty faces. And so when you're ready, open your mouth wide. And relax. Open your mouth wide again. This time, see if you can bring your lips over your teeth. And relax. This time, an invitation to draw your facial muscles towards your nose. So you just bit into a lemon. And relax. When you're ready, make a soft fist, bring it up to your jaw and create resistance. We hold a lot of tension in our jaw, sometimes taking that in from one day to the next. Switch sides. Bring a soft fist up to your third eye, middle of your forehead. Gentle pressure here is calming for our nervous system. When you're ready, reach your hand up and over, place it on the side of your head. And again, creating resistance. Other side. Take your hands to the base of your skull. Maybe interlace your fingers. If this is not accessible for you, it might be that if you have a headrest and you can press your head gently against your headrest, that might be a nice alternative. And so pressing our head gently against our hands. And release. Nice. And we'll shake. Okay. So I'd like to share a practice with you called breath of joy. And so breath of joy is sniffing, inhaling through your nose 3 times, and then exhaling the big. And so I'd like to add arm movements to this. And so here we go. You're ready. Inhale, 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 and so it's 3 inhales through the nose, unless you're congested, arm movements, and then a big exhale. So let's do 2 more rounds. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and 1 more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And okay. And notice how that made you feel. And so we can use our breath. So of course, our breath happens naturally, but we can use our breath to not only calm our nervous system, but also to energize. So that's an energizing breath. And so moving on, let's repose. Again, making sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor or on your footrest. Your sits bones are sharp on the chair. Your spine is long, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. From here, we're going to transition into the movements of the spine. So I'd like to invite you to take hold of the underside of your chair. If you are a wheelchair user, maybe holding onto your wheel, whatever feels stable for you. Release your opposite arm by your side. Turn your palm face up. And I'm going to teach a couple variations. So first, bend your elbow. So arm comes into a golden pose. This might be your position, or might feel good to rest your hand on your shoulder. It might feel good today to reach up and over. So whatever your pose is today, come into your side bend and then turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. So avoid collapsing forward. Roll that shoulder back and down. And slowly come out of the pose on this side. Take a moment and we'll come into it on the other side. So taking hold of the underside of your chair. Release your opposite arm by your side, palm face up. Take your arm up to your place. Come into your side bend and then turn your gaze down towards the floor. To release your neck and then breathe into your side body, into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? Come out of the pose on this side. Take a moment and we'll come into it again one more time on each side. So this time I want you to notice if things have softened and released a little bit. And so take hold of the underside of your chair, release your opposite arm by your side. Palm face up, soft bend in your elbow, take your arm to your place. Come into your side bend and then turn your gaze down towards the floor. Make sure your sit bone that you're bending away from stays on the chair. Can you feel you're creating space in your rib cage? Slowly come out of the pose on this side. And let's come into it on the other side. So as you're ready, in your own time and rhythm, coming into your version of the pose. And so it is not one size fits all. You don't all wear the same pair of shoes, so whatever feels best for you. And come on out of the pose on the side. When you're ready, relax your arms by your side, rest your hands on your lap. And let your belly soften. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so from here, let's come into a seated twist. So if possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Knees tracking over ankles. And sitting up nice and tall on an inhale, lengthen your spine so we can create space between each one of our vertebrae. And then come into your twist. You might reach your hand over to the outside of your knee or thigh. Other hand comes beside you on the chair or behind And so you'll notice that we're already into the twist at this point. Let's see if maybe we can go a little deeper. So we'll inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So our head turns last. Close your eyes, softly focus inward or soften your gaze. And slowly unwind, come back center. Take a moment. And so let's come into it on the other side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, going into your twist. So hand comes to the outside of your knee or thigh. Other hand beside you or beside or behind you. Eyes are closed softly, focused inward or soften your gaze. I'd like to explore going a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. So let's rock and roll. On inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. On exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. On inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. And come on back to neutral spine. So side bends, twists are pretty intense spinal movements. So we need to realign our spine. And so let's do that with a seated forward fold. And so today for this forward fold, we're only going to come forward about 20%. And so taking hold of the underside of your chair, hinging from the hips, leading with the heart, not the head, come forward. Let your head hang slightly, so maybe not a yes and no, to release your neck. And then breathe into your lower back. Notice how you feel in the forward bends. So forward bends typically are calming for our nervous system. And slowly come out of the pose by pressing down through your inner heels. Place one hand on each of your thigh. Come on back up. Okay, so from here we'll transition to sun salutation. So when you're ready, come into your mountain pose. Arms by your side. Palms face up. Take your hands to your heart center. So it could be open palm or maybe palms together. Reach up to the sky. So gentle back arch. Hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. Chin tucked in slightly. Pressing down through your inner heels, come into downward facing dog. So arms are on a diagonal. Reaching up. Place your hands on your knees, your thighs. Drop your chin towards your chest. Coming into baby cobra. Lift your heart center. Lift up through the crown of your head. When you're ready this time, I'd like you to come back into downward facing dog. Reaching up to the sky. Hands come to our knees or thighs. And then when you're ready, we'll come into cat and cow. So arch your back, hands slide towards your hip flexors. Round your back as you round your back. So let's say your sternum moves towards the back of your rib cage. On inhale, arch, lift your heart, your throat. Come on back to a neutral spine. Release your arms by your side, palms face up. mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up into back arch. Hinging from the hips, come forward, forward fold. Pressing down through your inner heels, come into downward facing dog. Place your hands on your knees, your thighs. Cobra, drop your chin towards your chest, lift your heart center. Lift out through the crown of your head. As ready, sliding your hands towards your knees, round your back. As you round your back, draw your navel in towards your spine. On inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round. And when you're ready, hinging from the hips, come forward. Arms by your side, reach up to the sky. And maybe your hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So shall we do one more round? Okay. Mountain pose. Sitting up tall, imagine a majestic mountain. Grounding through your feet. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, so gentle back arch. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. So you might have your hands in your hip flexors, maybe taking hold of the underside of the chair. Tuck your chin in slightly, and then pressing down through your inner heels, reach up into downward facing dog. So our arms are on a diagonal, reaching up. Take your hands to your knees, your thighs. Drop your chin towards your chest. Baby cobra, lift your heart center, lift up through the crown of your head. Cat and cow, round your back. As you round your back, your sternum moves in towards the back of your rib cage. Inhale, arch, lift your heart, your throat. Exhale, round. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. Release your arms by your side, palms face up. Reach up to the sky. Palms together, down through the heart. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. So come on, seated comfortably back in your chair in preparation for a breathing exercise, a short guided meditation, and your final relaxation, the dessert part. So come on, seated comfortably, effortlessly upright. So the breathing exercise I'd like to share with you today is with a meditation on the spine. So you're sitting comfortably, eyes are closed softly, focused, pardon me, inward. Then I'd like you to visualize the entire length of your spine. From the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. On your next inhale, I'd like you to visualize that you're inhaling from the tip of your tailbone all the way up along your spinal column to the crown of your head. On exhale, exhale from the crown of your head down along your spinal column to the tip of your tailbone. In your own time and rhythm, I'd like to invite you to keep this gentle breathing exercise flowing. And so it might feel that on your inhales, maybe you feel a lightness. On your exhales, a grounding sensation. Allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm, maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so maybe notice if you felt a subtle shift in your energy. And so when we practice these simple breathing exercises, in a way it acts like a bridge between our body and our mind. And so now in preparation for a short guided meditation, I'd like to invite you to place your hands in a mudra. So the mudra I'd like to share with you today is called the mudra of calm abiding. And so an invitation to place your hands face down on your lap. Draw your hands in towards your hip creases. Look down and into your heart. See what you can see. And then I'd like to invite you to breathe into your heart. And so breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so we'll sit and breathe together for a few moments with a gentle reminder. Breathing. Come into whatever comfortable sitting position you'd like for your final relaxation. So if you have the ability to recline in your chair, making sure your head and neck supported or placing your legs up on a chair, feel free, of course, if you want to adjust your lighting, but make sure that you're warm enough. So I'm going to place a blanket on my lap. So a little bit of weight on our thighs. It could be a blanket, favorite pillow. Can encourage a grounding sensation. It can help with fatigue. And so as ready, roll your shoulders back and down. Just a few times. So not scrunching your shoulder blades together, but allowing your shoulders to soften away from your ears. Close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. If you're wearing glasses, you might want to remove your glasses. And so soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Soft palms, quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to quiet the mind. Placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. Without changing anything, bring a gentle awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. Our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you'd like. And come on up seated comfortably to finish your yoga practice. And so if you'd like, taking your hands to your heart center, lift your heart to your hands, bowing your head to your heart. An invitation to take a moment to honor yourself and each other, even though we can't see everyone, but everyone's here in spirit, I'm sure. So yeah, take a moment to honor yourself and each other for showing up for yoga practice today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. And so the teacher me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Om, peace, peace, peace. And so notice how you feel before and after your yoga practice. If you'd like to stick around for a little chat after, that would be great. So just moving in a little closer. Oh, Donna's there. To see what's coming up in the chat. And just open to any questions or feedback. The little iPad, so it's a little challenging to see totally from a distance. Ah, nice. Hey, Bree.
I gotta go. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful class. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, Sheila. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So questions, feedback. Lovely to see you. Tony Vandermeer. So lovely, Bobbie. I'm going to see if I can read the whole chat piece. It's so cool. Oh, cool. To hosts and panelists, a lovely Bobbie. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah. Hey, Brianne. Where's my guy sketch?
Thanks, Bobbie.
You're welcome, Mary. We'll see you on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Sketch is a dog that's lovely that comes to the classes. So of course, we're practicing at home. So of course our pets are welcome. I have my little bunny rabbit that sometimes makes an appearance, not always. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll sign off then and see you next week. Thank you, ConnecTogether and the Disability Foundation for providing for us to share our yoga class. Thank you, Hastar.
Okay, so I'll end the session.
Okay.
Bye.